Hey everybody, so I've touched upon it a little bit in some of the previous videos, but I wanted to dedicate a whole video to the spreadsheet and just how to kind of navigate and absorb all this information. Now, if you do not feel like listening to me talk, you'll be glad to know that we transcribed all of this basically underneath the video that you're watching right now, so you can read over it if you like, or if you don't feel like reading, you can continue to watch. Whatever the case, the spreadsheet breaks down into a number of columns. Each of them provides a great deal of information that can help you kind of compare and contrast properties. So we're going to start with column B right now. So I've already made a video about the importance of the zones. If you didn't watch that, however, basically you've got what we're calling 4 zones out here. And if you have a sense of what part of the subdivision you want to buy land in, knowing what that zone number is and knowing which properties are in that zone will help you kind of narrow down your search. Number 1. Number 2, let's say you're looking for properties in a certain zone, you find 10 that fit that description, and now you want to see exactly where they are on a map, because maybe one is a lot better than another. Well, anyway, the GPS coordinate column right here, all of these GPS coordinates, when clicked, will bring the property up on a map, so you can see precisely where the lot is located. Now, if you're looking at the location of the land, you're only really seeing where it is. You're not seeing what the parcel looks like, right? So you may be looking at it saying, is that adjacent to the road or is it not? Does it have road access? What is it shaped like? I don't know. So that's why we've provided this column right here, which is the plat map column. Now, not all of the unit maps are available from the Valencia County Clerk, but most of them are. So where we have them available, you can come here, click on the link, and it'll bring up the plat map, and that will show you the footprint of the property. So it'll give you a better sense of, yeah, okay, it's located there, but does it touch the road? Does it not touch the road? Is it bordering that guy's house? Is it not? That's the purpose of the plat map column. Now, additionally, we got these columns right here. E, F, G, and H are all the legal descriptions of the property. So let's be clear. None of these properties have an address like 123 Main Street, right? The way that the county identifies them, the way that it's easy to kind of talk about them with a surveyor or with a utility company or with us is by referring to them by their legal description. So if you have a specific question about a property and you know you want to call us and ask about it, it's easiest for us to know what you're talking about. If you call and say, hey, I'm calling about the property in Rio Grande Estates, Unit C, Block 765, Lots 1 and 2. Can I ask you a question about that? That's the best way to refer to it. Whatever the case, from now until such a time as you develop a home site on the land and get a formal address for the property, this is basically the address of the land, the legal description. Okay? Now, we got a column right here that is acreage. This, of course, is particularly beneficial to you people who know you want bigger collections of acreage. At this particular time that I'm making the video, we have the completely unusual find of 21 adjacent acres. That, of course, is not normal out here. If you find a collection of lots that total 1.5 acres or 3 acres or 2 acres, that's a lot more common for what you'll find in this region. Whatever the case, if you are searching by acreage size, this column is the best way to do it. Next, we have this column marked power. This, of course, will be an indication of if there's power at the lot line, if there's power close by, if so, how close is it? Obviously, a lot of this subdivision is untouched by utilities, so more often than not, these things are going to read none, none, none. That, of course, means that there's no power at the lot line. If you plan to develop the lot, you should anticipate having to utilize solar, okay? But some of these will say power 1,500 feet northwest. Some will say at the lot line. Either way, this helps you narrow your search, particularly if you do not want to rely on solar panels, if you do want to be connected to the grid. And also, that column will also kind of suggest to you which properties are closest to development. Next, column about road conditions. So again, a lot of the subdivision is unsettled. You can anticipate that while you can access a lot of the land, a lot of the roads may be overgrown, may be difficult to discern on a satellite map, maybe even difficult to discern in person. So if you know that you're looking for a property that's well-maintained, that has well-maintained road access, or that has a name road, which suggests that it's maintained by the county, then you can look at the road conditions column and you can get a sense of exactly how accessible the property is, what the degree of difficulty is in driving to it. Some of these we have right now are located right along Highway 47. Those obviously are ideal for a number of reasons. Anyway, we have a column right here called additional features. If there's anything worth noting about a property, such as that it's close to the highway, it's close to development, it's got great mountain views, there's a developed home site right next door, this column will indicate that. Now, of course, a lot of these properties, again, interchangeable. They're in a largely unsettled subdivision. So on those properties where there's nothing super specific to mention, we'll just leave those blank, okay? course, guys, we got a column here, sales price. If you have a budget that you're on, if you're shopping by a particular price point, I don't want to spend more than X, this might be the best way to start your search for land. In the next column, we've got something called terms offered. So right now, at the time that I'm recording this video, we don't have a lot of properties that we're offering financing on. That will change in the future. There will be many more of those. Whatever the case, you will know, okay, so this property, I could pay the cash price of $1,200, or I could put $300 down and pay $100 a month times 18 months. Keep in mind, of course, that's if it's paid as slowly as possible. All of our land contracts offer 90 days, same as cash. There's a lot of prepayment incentives rather than penalties in our contracts. But this, at the very least, will give you a sense of whether or not financing is even an option, and if so, what those terms look like. Finally, guys, we got a column here called status. When properties sell, we mark them blue on the spreadsheet, so anything blue is sold, anything white is available. But in case the color coding doesn't make sense to you, you can come here to the status column and you can see if it's marked available or sold. Of course, we tend to delete a lot of the information once it's been sold, so if you're looking at a blank row, it should give you a sense. And then over here, guys, we also have payment links. Now, you can go to the property specific listing page and you can click the Buy Now button, or you can click the Buy Now button here on the spreadsheet. So each one of these properties is set up with a payment link. If you want to pay the cash price, of course, that's this column right here. And if you want to pay the financing price, if available, which is essentially the down payment, then you could click these links over here. Again, these are available both on the individual listing pages as well as on the spreadsheet. Finally, guys, I want to direct your attention back here to column A. This can be the most important for you because maybe you're searching for properties in a certain price range. You found 2 or 3 that you like. Now you want to learn more. If you're not comfortable looking at the spreadsheet, if it doesn't make a lot of sense to you, you can navigate over to that property specific listing page by clicking the reference number over here. Now, the reference number, go figure, is also how we refer to the property. It's not how the county refers to the property. But for instance, if you're calling us and you have a question or if you want to talk about a specific property, it's easiest for us if you use the reference number. So if you call and you say, hey, I have a question about VLNM-0016A, we could talk about it that way. We know immediately what you're talking about. Or again, you could use the legal description up here. But the point is that the reference number is good not only for reference purposes, but also because you can click on it and it will take you to that specific listing page. Anyway, I hope all that was informative. I hope I didn't go on too long. Hope that explains everything. If you have any questions, of course, give us a call or shoot us an email, support@hemingwayland.com. Thanks as always for watching, guys.